We are living out days and weeks that are exciting from a historical perspective, I'm sure, but they're a little scary for some of us at some places where people are pushing and pulling about the election and lawsuits are being filed and this is happening and that is happening. I go back to the story of Jacob and Esau, the fraternal twins born to Isaac and Rebekah. And these two were as different as they could be, and God had already made his choice. And so, centuries and centuries later, the Apostle Paul writes in the book of Romans about this story, and he asks the question, is it fair that God made a choice between these two twins? And he doesn't really answer the question whether it's fair or not, but because he's God, it is fair. And the question is, does God have the right to choose? And he absolutely does. And the question is, for us, does he choose rightly? Even though he has the right, is he right in what he chooses? And again, the answer is, yes, he does. Yeah, he does it right, and he does it for good. For our good, for the good of his people, and the good of all that's right and wonderful that he made in the creation. Now, in the mix of that, we see other people making their choices in the story. Jacob makes choices. He chooses to deceive his brother and his father in such a way that he takes the inheritance by deception. Does he pay for that? Oh boy, does he pay for that. He pays for it over and over for year after year. First with his uncle Laban, and then in the latter part of his life, his own sons who have learned this mode of deception, they deceive him for years on end about what happened to his son Joseph. Did Jacob win? Yes, he did, in a sense. He won because God wins. He didn't win. His agenda got left in the dust. And when we try to manipulate and choose things in our strength, our agenda is going to get left in the dust. In the end, whether we trusted God and whether we chose well with God, that will be what decides everything. And we could end up winning and having a really miserable time along the way, kind of like Jacob did. And so God asks that we choose him, that we seek him. That's why he loved Jacob in a way that he didn't love Esau, even though he blessed both of them. Jacob wanted the blessing, and that means something to God. If we want him, that means something to him. If we seek him, if we pursue him with our life, he honors our faith, our trust, our keeping faith with him. So trust him and walk with him this week. Let's get together this week, this Sunday at 10:30, online or in the house, as it were, whichever works for you. We would love to see you, just be able to say hi, and even though it's around a mask, perhaps. So either way, dial us in online or come by us, and let's worship the Lord together. Let's encourage one another, and let's trust him together and choose him together. We'll see you there.